I can win no matter what, I really appreciate it.
All right. Next up, Sleepy, you got to get into your political bag here and just explain it for us regular folk, if you can.
What's going
Explaining the tariff situation again. There's new tariffs, 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada. You explained a little bit to us, a little bit more layman before previously, but now we actually have them happening. So can you explain that for people like me and Dosia that just the regular folks?
So
look at you. You're the same thing, right, Dosia?
So what's about to happen is we are charging tariffs to our closest neighbors, the neighbor up top, the neighbor down bottom. We get a lot of goods from these folks. Did they do China yet, or is it just It's just Mexico and
China.
Yeah, it's just Mexico and Canada.
And then he threatened like 60-70% on Colombia earlier in the week, but then they got
that doesn't happen. Well, one, Canada's like, if y'all put tariffs on us, we're gonna put tariffs on y'all.
The president just came out. Trudeau just came out, was like, on Tuesday, 25% tariffs coming into us too.
Yes. So I mean, now it's anything you can do, I can do better. But let's talk about how this will impact. This is not as bad as tariffs on China, but we do get a lot of shit from Mexico as well as from Canada. So it's not going to impact.
So what is the purpose of trying to do these tariffs against our neighbors, though?
So the point is, in Trump's mind, before we even get into what the tariffs are going to do, if we put tariffs on these foreign goods, they're either going to make he wants to annex Canada. He wants Canada to be the 50. The 51st
and Greenland too.
Too. But he wants to annex Canada. He tweeted about it the other day, saying that it would make more sense for Canada just to join America. And
it would just make more sense.
And be the 51st state. Mind you, Canada big as fuck.
Yeah, like they have 8 states within their
They have provinces
in their own country.
In Canada. So the logistics of that don't make sense. Half of Canada speaks French. Like the logistics of this make no sense.
Because the president, when he was speaking, he spoke in French right afterwards. After
Correct.
He said it in his English, he said it in French.
He has to address half of his country. You cannot just make Canada a part of America. They have a president and their own laws and rules. They got fucking free healthcare and shit up there. They got all kind of shit going on. We can't afford to take care of the people in regular America. We barely want to take care of Puerto Rico. We treat them like they are stepchildren. So big ass Canada, not gonna work.
Hey, Trump act like this is like a conference realignment. Like Mizzou, you want to go to the SEC? Go ahead, go.
So how tariffs work on imports is if you're importing stuff in, Canada's not actually paying the tariff. Who's paying the tariff are the people who are providing the goods to the Americans. So say I own a lumber yard and I'm getting lumber from Canada. When I pay Canada for the lumber, there's going to be a tariff on that. That's going to make me, as the American, charge homemakers, whoever fucking need lumber, timber, basically. I got to raise my prices in order to make a profit. It does not really impact Canada per se. It just kind of, it makes Trump looks like he's doing some shit. Ultimately, the goal for Trump is to make Canada either a part of America or we can produce our own goods in America. But you can't just produce shit in America. Let's say lumber. One, California be having all kind of wildfires and shit, like the West period. But also, you got to set up mills. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to have a place. Like the logistics of what Trump is trying to do, he's not good logistically. The idea of making things in America and providing for ourselves is a great idea. Stuff like that takes like decades. You got to train people. You got to have storage facilities. You got to set up ways to move it. Like
trade route.
the logistics of this is not done overnight. With Mexico, it's a lot of fun shit we get from Mexico. Tequila and all kind of cool shit. Like, no, I'm being real. Yeah. Like, Mexico, I'm more hurt. That's going to hit my pockets more.
What somebody said, the Reposado girl's going to be in trouble.
I've already built a deck for my house. Like, I ain't doing nothing with wood right now. But, like, all the things, like, I don't eat maple syrup and the shit. Like, the Canadian goods aren't going to impact my pocket. Now, that Mexican shit is going to impact a lot of our pockets. If you like reposado and anejo and all the cool shit, salsas, and Mexico got a lot of cool shit, y'all, that Americans consume. Like, it's right the fuck there. Like, Canada's right there, but we go to Mexico more. You know, Toronto popping because of Drake. But niggas ain't really going to the rest of Canada. Nobody's going to Quebec or Montreal. We be in Mexico, goddammit. We be down there. I just went to Mexico not too long ago. It's a great fucking place.
You think that's going to hurt travel? That you think that's going to end up hurting travel to Mexico?
It could hurt travel if they make stricter. So, America's already trying to make it hard for Mexicans to come into America. Mm-hmm. You know, it is what it is. Because Mexicans do come up here legally to go to like Disneyland, Disney World. Like, we have touristy spots here.
Yeah.
You know, they not
people go to Disney World, like you said, or Universal Studios. Whatever.
You live in Mexico, you ain't going to Cabo. Like that's like living in fucking Miami. Mm-hmm. If you live in Miami, you don't go to Miami Beach. Like you going somewhere else. Like that's your backyard. I could see them making it harder for us to get into Mexico. I could see it. But I mean, but they make so much money off of Americans.
They can't.
So that's where Trump gonna be alright. Like but I hate to say it, Americans gonna spend it. Americans, we will spend some money, y'all. The same phone come out every year, and y'all buy that motherfucker every year. It be the same phone. We took away a charging port, and we took away an earphone jack, but it's the same phone. They don't even give you niggas chargers no more. You got to buy a separate charger. So Americans, we spend a lot of money, especially black folks. We be spending. So even if Mexico did raise the prices for like tequila and shit, you niggas gonna buy it. Y'all gonna buy it.
Let's change up the budget for you. I can't get 2 bottles. I'm gonna get 1.
Y'all be buying crazy price tequila right now. And if you taste the tequila in the mid range, it would taste the same. It's niggas getting tricked right now, going to clubs and bars and shit, thinking they drinking Azul and shit like that. And you motherfuckers is drinking Hornatos, nigga. And don't know the difference.
Changing the back room.
They in the back room. Switching the bottles. So, we gonna pay it? In 4 years, like, the China shit is the biggin'. Most of our shit come from China. The little bit of shit we get from Mexico is fun shit. And the shit that we get from Canada it's gonna impact, like, businesses and things like that. But, like, a regular Joe Smo, you ain't getting authentic maple syrup. You know, you ain't... The shit that Canada is sending us, you know... it ain't gonna hurt us as much, but I think that's the test. If he can get the tariffs off on these countries that really ain't gonna impact us for real, that's when he gonna go after the bigger country. I've learned Trump is shock and awe. He do a whole bunch of shit just so you frazzled and confused, and then the real shit come. But you so desensitized
to some shit that
you just like, oh yeah, he did already do that to Canada, and we still cool. He did it to Mexico. We alright. I'm paying $4 extra for my tequila. That ain't that bad. $4.
I'm surprised he recognized Black History Month after all the shit he did with taking back, classes on culture influence.
Oh, did he recognize it?
Well,
the Department of Defense said that they're not recognizing that or Juneteenth or anything like that anymore.
It was some quote he did in one of his little interviews that he was just like,
Well, they got jammed up. The armed forces tried to take the Tuskegee Airmen out.
But it sounded like it was something that was prepared for him to say. Obviously,
okay.
But I mean, like it wasn't nothing that he just went.
This
motherfucker.
You know I hate this. I've never hated somebody.
But like they're really.
I don't even know in real life.
The thing about it is, it's more so scary that like it's really like people are trying to make it happen. Like as far as like with the Tuskegee Airmen, like you really trying to like erase that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Black history, you're trying to erase that. Like you don't really want to acknowledge.
They
you know what I'm saying? Like it's starting.
Somebody was in one of our comments and they were like, it's racist to have Black History Month. Mm-hmm. Why doesn't everybody get a month? And I'm like, you bastards got the rest of the fucking year. Everything
I would assume this person's called. It's first person.
Of course.
I'm about to say because there's definitely Hispanic Heritage Month. There's definitely
Asian Heritage Month.
Yeah, there's definitely.
I guess he was talking about why isn't there a White History Month? And I'm like,
and my response, my response to that would be like, there's a big dumbass fucking mountains of four political figures talking about the father. Yeah, like
you talking about Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore, where they own slaves.
Not all of them own slaves. Not all the people on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, some of them niggas.
Some of them niggas is way after.
Some of them niggas is way after.
No. Who's on Mount Rushmore?
I believe Teddy Roosevelt's on there. He
he didn't.
He was way after. I'm just saying he just didn't. It wasn't legal to own slaves.
He was somewhat though.
Okay,
I ain't gonna listen.
Now you can say whatever you want.
We
about
go
him.
down there now.
I didn't say that though. No.
We ain't gonna say he owned
legal.
slaves. He ain't owned slave, but he was slave owner adjacent.
Okay,
I say
Slave
that.
owner.
Jason.
You got a mountain that's one of the tour sites in Georgia where they have Confederate leaders into the side, right in the side of a mountain. I forgot what the
Okay,
name
half
is called.
of the people on Mount Rushmore own slaves.
Yeah.
I forgot the name.
Jefferson and Washington, Lincoln and Roosevelt did not.
He
But you said adjacent.
slave owner adjacent.
As a president,
that's what I'm saying. Like you got you see.
It's Teddy Roosevelt, right?
Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt.
As
You see
a president,
reminders
if I
of the all the
take away all
time.
his shit, I actually liked Roosevelt.
Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt. He was one of them Rough Riders.
Yeah, Roosevelt was
know.
quietly but carry a big stick.
And got shot.
Yeah, like he was a president that he wasn't he was in the trenches, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Roosevelt was in the trenches. Again, he white, so I can only like him so much. He wasn't an ally. Again, let me say this to my white friends and allies. When I'm talking about white people that I don't like, that's not all white people. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Marjorie Taylor Greene and the Proud Boys. Any nigga that was in the KKK, David Duke. Like, you know who I'm talking about. So don't get you just saw. Please tap in and check out Just Posted. We just kicking, talking that good shit, and we fuck with y'all, man. Y'all be easy.